the general public and Rabbi Yeshua. So the general public said, hey, the temple was destroyed. We're not eating meat or drinking wine anymore at all, ever. So he said, how come? Well, they said, listen, in the Bet HaMikdash, they would serve meat or they would serve cattle, and they would also pour wine on the Mizbech, and therefore, how could we ever associate ourselves with any resemblance of what now is avoided in the Holy of Holies, in the Holy Temple of the Bet HaMikdash? We never want to consume meat or wine anymore. He said, well, if you're not going to do that, then you can't also have bread, because they also used to bring grain offerings solid. So you're not going to have bread anymore? He said, no, that's it. No more bread, because we don't have the Bet HaMikdash. We're going to have fruits and vegetables. No, said you also can't have fruits, because they used to bring the bikurim. They used to bring the first crop around Shavuot. They used to bring it to the Bet HaMikdash. You can't have fruits anymore. He said, you know, you're right. We'll just have vegetables. It's okay. I said, no, okay. We'll have that. But you also can't have water, because they would also do nisuch hamayim. They would also pour water over the mizbech. And then, like Ma said, shatku. Then they had nothing to say. So he told them, come. Let's put an order around this. You can't just abstain from anything. The temple was destroyed, but we have to live our life. Remember it, understand the void, but still live our life. What we're going to do is, around the time of the time that we remember the destruction, around that time we can prevent ourselves from eating meat and drinking wine. Now the question is when? When do these restrictions begin? Rabbi Owen and myself had a small discussion yesterday about how the Rambam lists the halakha. Should we understand that it's only from the week of Tisha Be'Av, or does it begin from Rosh Chodesh, let's say tonight, after Rosh Chodesh, that we do not eat meat and drink wine for the remembrance of Tisha Be'Av? It appears that you may be able to say, okay, from the week of Tisha Be'Av, which is again only next Saturday night, next Motzei Shabbat, not to have meat or wine. But the minhag, a lot of people have picked up the practice not to have that even from tonight, from right after Rosh Chodesh. It's brought down in many other authorities, in the Kolbo and the Abu Draham and other authorities that Chacham Ovadia brings in Chazon Ovadia. However, two questions for today. What about children? Do children also, are they also included in this minhag, in this custom, not to have meat, not to give them meat in these days? Says Ovadia Yosef, they're not included in the custom. You can give them meat. So I know if you have a couple hot dogs left in your thing or whatever it is, don't worry about it. You can give them this week. Huh? Right, so don't worry about it. I also had that question last night. Another quick question. If you're operating a restaurant and you have your clientele, they're coming for their lunch meals, whatever it is, they want their regulars, they want their food, they want their meat. Being that it's only a minhag, when I say only, I don't mean to disregard the idea of a minhag, of a custom, but it's not hard halakha. The hard halakha is on Sudam of Seket, as the Mishnah says, in the final meal right before Tisha Be'Av, when we have our last few bites to eat before the fast, that's when we don't have, that's what the Mishnah says, not to consume meat or wine. From now, or if you want to say from next week, until the fast, that is minhag, that is a practice that we have accepted, and therefore, when you're operating a restaurant or fast food or something and people want their food, if it comes to that and it's a minhag, you can't take that away from them or lose your parnasah, lose your income from that, and that is in relation to the meat and wine.